8th of July, Friday, 13 minutes to 11 AM in Australia. Here's my latest video blog. So it is 28th of July. We're coming up to this August 1st split, if you like. Hard fork drama that's been going along. I'm just hyperinflating the drama. I think anyone that's done enough research will sort of understand now that what's going to happen is not a lot, except the fact that there's going to be a new altcoin, if you like, called Bitcoin Cash, or BCC, that's going to be created on the August the 1st. And a lot of people don't know quite what that's all about. And what I've done is I've gone and got a little bit of information from a couple of the major exchanges and their official statements in regards to what they're going to be doing and how anyone with Bitcoin on these exchanges is going to be affected. And I think this will also flow over to anyone that's got Bitcoin in their own wallets. You will find that there's going to be a little bonus there for you based on this information. So what I've done is I've got a couple of little clips here. Just let me bring up. I've got one from Bitshares, and I've just grabbed these two pictures that I carefully downloaded. Just get rid of that. All right. So the first one is just a quick statement from Bitshares. Now, I got this screenshot out of a Telegram, and I don't always take pictures out of Telegrams as gospel, so I did actually go to the Bitshares account and have a look at their statements on their website, and it does back and support this. So what they're basically saying is if you've got BTC, which is the normal Bitcoin on Bitshares, you will also receive 1-for-1 BCC, which is the Bitcoin Cash. So what that means is you're going to get some extra altcoins for nothing. On basically just based on the fact that it's splitting and forking, you're going to get 1 BCC in return for 1 BTC if it's held in the Bitcoin wallet on Bitshares. Okay, so you can go and verify this yourself, and don't just take my word for it. Okay, but it is here on the Bitshares website, and I'm just going to read this out. Statement of on Bitcoin Cash BCC. If you have a Bitcoin BTC balance on Bitshares during the BCC UAHF time on August the 1st by 5:20 AM, which is 20 past 12 in the afternoon UTC time, you will be credited the equivalent amount of Bitcoin Cash BCC on a 1-to-1 basis. Example, 1 BTC or 1 normal genuine Bitcoin on Bitshares held during the on-exchange snapshot will get you 1 BCC. So pretty much what I think that means, if you've got Bitcoin sitting on its own, so it's not in any orders, and it's not, obviously you're not going to get anything if it's in an altcoin. If it's sitting in its Bitcoin wallet at this particular, or by this specific time, you will get a BCC. Now, I'm not too sure how that will work. Essentially, they might be setting up a BCC wallet. I'm pretty sure at this stage Bitshares will not be supporting BCC in regards to trading and exchanging on their platform, but what they will most likely do is set up a wallet which will allow you to pretty much, I think, withdraw the funds to another exchange or what you determine is suitable. From what I can sort of see, I feel that Bitshares probably, if they're going to go to the trouble of setting up a wallet, it'd be probably pretty silly for them not to trade the actual coin. But at this stage, I think they're playing the political statement where they're not showing any alliance or allegiance to any or either or. They're just being fairly neutral. So yeah, you can read this particular statement here, and it has got the dates. So I'm just checking to make sure there's so there is no guarantee that any markets will open to allow BCC assets to be tradable on the Bitshares exchange. So they're not making any official statement at this stage. Bitshares will monitor the BCC network and developments and assess the viability of opening trading on BCC assets. What I can see at the moment is a massive sell-off. We're having a massive sell-off of altcoins, but in a pretty intelligent way. I've been watching it for the last 24 hours. It's things like Verge, some of the big boys have really squeezed the price. So there's only about one sat between the bids and the asks, and what we saw there was a lot of cross-selling. So people, whoever had a majority sell, I think it was about 114 sats there for quite a while. It was about 20 Bitcoins worth, and it was just chipping away, and they kept topping it up. So they were maximising their potential and ability to sell it at 114, and I think just in the last hour, just before I started this, it's just gone down below the 110 and on its way down. I've got this screen open here for DigiByte, and I've done 2 videos previous to this in regards to the whole manipulated pump that's been going on, and I thought it might. You know, it did get up to about 800 over 3 days. We saw the 3 tiers, 3 little developments. We had this little moment here where Bitcoin crashed, which I don't think was part of their strategy or part of their plan. It meant that they had to stop trading or stop manipulating the market for a while, and then it turned back on because they had their own stop losses triggered. And then we saw 2 little bull traps here because they decided, oh, well, we're back in, and it's been slowly since, what, 24 hours, almost 36 hours, just slowly dripping down, coming back down to the 600, and we just had a massive little dump here. So zoom in, so it's just dumped about 21 sats in the last while I've been doing this video pretty much. I was hoping it was going to go back to 550 because I did strategically sell some, and I'm not giving anyone any advice. It was just my instincts. I don't do this a lot. I just felt that I just felt it was so irregular that I could benefit, and based on my experience, and so far my average it's well under my average by about 10%. So if it gets down to about 550 sats, I'm probably just going to buy back in and improve my position, which is a pretty good thing to do. But I didn't really want to do this whole video on DigiByte. There's a few people who've got their own perspective on this, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing that these type of events happen. It does create energy for a particular coin, and I think it also takes a bit of pressure away from people who are believing in the coin. They like to see that it's alive, and I do think that that's what this is about. I think some big boys are definitely trying to keep the whole market alive, and at times you do see everything just go horizontal, and then out of nowhere we see this you know, it come alive. And the only thing I would say to anyone watching this video is just be really mindful not to buy at the top. If it's doubled, if it's gone 50 to 100% gain in such a short period, 1 or 2 days, it's probably best to say, well, you know what, I've missed it. I've missed it for this particular moment. What goes up has to come down. You're better off just sitting on it and waiting another few days or a week. Obviously, if you feel that you believe in this particular technology and you're looking 2 years ahead, it probably doesn't matter too much where you buy on this pump if you're looking a long way down the highway. But if you're a day trader, or you're looking to double your money within 3 weeks or something, which is not my thing, you know, you're probably going to get burnt. And I think that's the whole premise of this. I mean, people are selling and buying at the top here, and I've seen that, and because of the volatility of this market, it's very, very dangerous. But yeah, you got to make intelligent decisions, and I think anyone that's patient enough to understand the market and learn a little bit more, and don't make emotional trades, I think you'll do a lot better in the long run. But that's DigiByte. I think we are going to have a bit of a sell-off. What's going to happen before? We've got 2 days, 48 hours. I think there will be a bit of a flash crash, but what we're seeing is Bitcoin's actually increasing. So I think there's going to be a number of savvy, traders who will load up their Bitcoin and make it available for this transition period. So they'll probably sell off a proportion of their stock and basically have it sitting there so they can obtain this BCC. And I know it's going to be supported on a few different exchanges. Sorry, I don't have that information, but you can go and look this up there. I know that it is happening. And then they'll move the BCC, cash it out, and it could be, $1, $2, $3, $400. I don't think it's going to be there for long. I think anyone that's got a lot of this BCC, when you get stuff for free, guess what? You're not too worried about what price you get it for. So I can see BCC crashing pretty much instantaneously. If you're organised, you're prepared, and you're there, and you've got your BCC, then you might do well. If that doesn't interest you, you're going to have BCC anyway if you've got Bitcoin in your wallet. So you're going to have this, it might be just something that you just hold on to. And if BCC in 5 years' time does all right and gets to a couple of $100, then, it's a win-win. These are decisions that only you can make. I can't make that decision for you. It hasn't happened for me before. So I'm sort of watching it. Am I going to do it on Bittrex? Am I going to sell any? I might. I don't really want it, to be honest. I don't want to have BCC. I see it as a bit of a hassle in the sense that it wasn't something I was planning on having. I'll have to sort of get rid of it. But I mean, free tokens is always something worth considering because you just don't know. Even if BCC crashed to $20 or something, or $1, and you've got X amount of them, obviously if you've only got $1, you're probably not going to worry too much. But if you've got a significant number of Bitcoin, and I don't know if that necessarily relates to too many people out there. I mean, unless you got in early in 2010, you probably don't have as many as someone else. But yeah, something to keep your eye on. But that's what's happening. There will be a second BCC. Bitfinex also had a statement, and that's what this particular picture here is. I'm trying to make it bigger, but they're talking about the same thing. They're going to have BCH because they've already got a token BCC or something on their platform or on another platform. They're respecting that, and I think they're talking about BitConnect. But the reality of BitConnect to me is that they aren't necessarily part of this community. They do all of their trading internally on their website, and I'm a little bit concerned about BitConnect in the long term, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. There's something to be cautious about because it is an unregulated market, and they take your Bitcoin and they sell their own BCC on their exchange, and I don't think there is as much scrutiny and accountability when you go and put the money into someone else's hands. So be mindful of that. But Bitfinex is going to be doing a BCH, so you'll get a Bitcoin Cash or BCH applied to your wallet as well. I think Poloniex came out and said they're going to be doing something similar, but they had a really weird statement. I think depending on whatever exchange you're on, you're better off going and reading and finding it yourself. I'm not going to go and do that for you. But that's all I really wanted to share with you, was just the fact that I think we're going to get some free Bitcoin Cash in our wallets. I'm not too sure how that works with your offline wallet. I haven't necessarily looked into that. I've just been looking at the exchanges, and if they've got their own wallets on the exchanges, it makes it a lot easier. Maybe the Bitcoin Core wallet will have a second column come up and show the BCC. I'm not totally sure how that works. It's probably something I'll have to go and look into. If anyone knows what the answer is there, please put some links and an explanation down in the below on my YouTube video and in my Steem profile, just so other people can learn and go and read it for themselves, because I don't have that answer yet, and that would help. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Keep your eye on DigiByte. I love it as an asset. I think it's got lots of legs. I think it's going to have a little bit of a sad 24-48 hours, which is all right if you're buying. And yeah, I think after August we could see some really big movements after all of this settles down and everyone realises that nothing happened. So yeah, keep your helmet on, as I say, and have a good day. Thanks for all the support, and yes, tune into the next video, and yeah, let's talk to you then.